I'm Joel.
Hey, I'm Grant.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Eileen.
RJ.
And today, that's RJ. Today, we're going to be playing One Night Ultimate Werewolf. It's a secret identity game, very similar to Mafia. We want to figure out who among us is the werewolf. We have one night to decide between each other who among us is the werewolf. If we can select the werewolf and the werewolf dies, the villagers win. But if the werewolf has somebody else die over the course of the night, the werewolf wins. Everybody is going to be playing a role. There's some fun roles like the seer, the insomniac, the minion, the troublemaker, the mason, the drunk, and the robber. So we're going to be playing and play along with us. You're going to be able to see who the werewolf is, and I think we should just jump on into it, don't you? Dive on into it, and the night will begin.
Everyone, close your eyes. Werewolves,
Also, we
wake up
we close our
and
eyes.
look for other werewolves. If there is only one werewolf, you may look at a card from the center. Werewolves, close your eyes. Minion, wake up. Werewolves, stick out your thumb so the minion can see who you are. Werewolves, put your thumb away. Minion, close your eyes. Masons, wake up and look for the other mason. Masons, close your eyes. Seer, wake up. You may look at another player's card, or two of the center cards. Seer, close your eyes. Robber, wake up. You may exchange your card with another player's card, and then view your new card.
If you're just tuning in, this is the best part of the stream right here.
It's like a David Lynch film.
Yeah.
Robber, close your eyes. Troublemaker, wake up. You may exchange cards between two other players.
This has got to be mind-melting if you just tuned in right now, though.
Troublemaker, close your eyes. Hold on a minute. You, with your eyes open.
Oh.
That's cheating.
What?
Everyone, keep your
What?
eyes open.
What happened?
Reach
Chat,
out
that's
and
you.
move your card around slightly.
This game is sentient.
What just happened?
What just happened?
What happened?
Everyone, wake up.
I feel like they maybe throw that in there just in case.
Just for the hell
Yeah,
of
you can open your eyes.
That
now.
was-
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna lose sleep over that
Yeah.
Wow.
sleep.
What just
The
happened?
app
I feel
just,
like we were
trolled
accused
us.
of something.
I know.
He did. He tried it.
Yeah, he chided us just a little bit.
I don't know about you guys, but I am on edge for this round.
Yes.
Are you
Tense.
on edge for any particular reason?
Mainly just him calling people out for.
Oh, okay. So it's still the
I
slap on
see
the
your
wrist.
eyes open.
I see your
I'd like
eyes
to
open.
open up
Close.
discussions
The floor
by
is open.
saying that I was the seer
Mm.
and Hannah was a werewolf.
Interesting.
Huh.
I would also like to say that I was the seer, and he is a minion.
He was a minion. Because I'm a little bit of a scamp again. I was the troublemaker and the troublemaker, and I switched you two.
Ooh.
And I did it right this
There's a lot of
time.
ambiguity.
Which two? Me and
I-
Sarah?
Yeah, you and Sarah.
I
So
would like to
if you were a
say-
minion, then she is a minion now.
That Joel is a liar.
Nope, I'm a seer.
I mean, this,
You're a liar.
It's close.
This is tough.
Yeah. I am the seer. He was a minion, I
think
guess.
that Joel was the robber. Because I can guarantee when we started, I was the seer. And if he's the seer now, he stole my card.
Huh.
Well, Hannah, you're kind of quiet. What's up?
No, I'm trying to figure out how this works.
Huh.
So then you'd have the robber? Who goes first in this series of events?
So if what I'm saying is true, if he's the robber, I started out as the seer.
Okay.
He took my card, which would make him the seer, and I would be the robber.
Mm-hmm.
And you would still be a werewolf.
Yes. But you
And you switched RJ.
I switched RJ
yeah,
with
okay.
Sarah because I'm a rapscallion.
So then
So
That
that
means
would be
that-
the robber. I don't know what this is.
this would be something else.
Whatever
What are you?
RJ was to begin with.
It's interesting
Minion.
It's interesting.
Which is why I'm convinced by this accusation.
It's interesting that I'm sitting between two people who said that they were the seer.
I also find it interesting.
I also find it very interesting.
Because
All right.
I was the seer.
Oh!
No, I am Spartacus.
If I may,
everyone, look to the.
Oh, we got a voice.
Yeah.
if I may,
may.
Will Bob says, and yes, Will Bob says, pro tip: don't start with if what I'm saying is true.
Touche.
Because a lot of it isn't. Would everyone please look to the camera and say, "I was the seer"?
I was the seer.
I was the seer.
No, just
Oh,
one at a time.
was
No,
the seer.
all at once.
You saw me. I was the seer.
Hey,
I was the
hey,
seer.
hey. I was the seer. Okay, you know it.
Good Zoom.
Hey guys,
Yeah, thank you.
I was the seer.
They're both liars.
I wasn't.
They're both liars.
You're not playing this game?
I was not the seer.
You know
She
what's
wasn't
so
the seer.
crazy
There
about
are enough
this game?
seers in this
What's like
boat,
really
man.
insane about all of
I
this
think-
that's like blowing my mind is I was the seer.
Right. Wait.
And it's like,
Am I
Were
the
you?
only one who wasn't the seer?
I guess so. Like we were all seers.
Unbelievable.
That guarantees though that she's the werewolf.
Because there are that many seer cards, right?
I'm
Are
just
we playing with 3 seers in this
I'm
game?
going crazy.
What's the tin say, Joel?
I think the tin
Almighty
says
tin.
just the one seer, with 3 to 10 players. Not a sponsor.
Yeah.
Would the plural on that be
Big Bezier.
seers?
I think that you're the
Seers?
tanner.
Oh yeah, there's a tanner.
Oh, there's a tanner in the game. I forgot about that.
Don't forget.
DJ.
Okay.
DJ
new
Tanner.
theory.
Did Danny Tanner?
I lied earlier when I said that I was in fact the minion and supported Joel's lie. So Joel's lying. Is it possible Joel heard you say I'm the seer, then lied about being the seer because he's in fact a tanner?
Whatever happens.
So like he wanted to incriminate us.
Man,
We can't afford it. Stop there.
Sorry. I'm a scamp.
So I'll also say
My mind is reeling.
I know this is gonna get crazy.
Okay.
It's gonna get crazy.
I think that he's either a werewolf or a minion.
I actually know who the werewolves are.
Interesting.
I started as a werewolf. Like I said, I lied earlier when I supported your lie, saying you were a minion.
Thank
'Cause
you
I
for
was
that.
trying to keep up with the rules of the game. I was in fact a werewolf to begin with, which means Sarah's now a werewolf. And because I opened my eyes, you weren't a minion, right? You were the seer.
I was the seer.
Cool.
I was the seer.
I am
But
now the seer.
but I was the seer. I
no,
was the seer.
no.
Guys, you can't trust these two. I was the seer. I was the seer.
Hannah, you the seer?
No.
Okay. She
Hannah's
wasn't the
Hannah's-
seer.
Because I was a werewolf before, I know that Hannah
might
is
be
a
seer.
werewolf this time.
But I think Hannah might be the seer.
How it works at
Hannah
all.
is a werewolf.
I opened my eyes as a werewolf and I saw another werewolf. And then they switched. So werewolf, seer, troublemaker.
Troublemaker.
You two, I don't know.
What
Just
are
good
minion or
friends.
tanner?
Wait, yeah.
Minion or
What
tanner?
are the
of guys
odds
having
of
fun,
me getting
right?
werewolf 4 rounds in a row?
Chat,
Chat, can you do the
give
math?
us the odds on that one, would you?
Can
We've been
confirm
adding
100%.
more
That's
wolfies.
exactly what happened
what
because I saw it.
So I'm supporting what Sarah said. I'm also saying she's a
great
werewolf.
Song, Death Cab.
Yeah, I support what Sarah said.
I don't think there's a Tanner in play. I think the Tanner is in there. I don't think any of you is the Tanner.
Tanner under
So
wraps.
Tanner under reps.
now,
Under rep Tanner.
So that
perhaps
means-
Joel would lie because
If he was
he's a minion.
the well,
Oh, you say your thing.
if one of them is the robber. Sorry.
I got the giggles.
I need
If
to
one
hear
of
that.
Can't help it.
If one of them is the robber and they took the werewolf card, maybe they're playing as a werewolf now.
Oh boy,
'Cause
that's
I-
quite the wrinkle.
Because if Hannah,
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
know,
thank you.
I know Hannah started out as the werewolf, but if one of them was the robber and took the card and is now playing as a werewolf, then
Was the robber before your seer turn or after your seer turn?
I think after. It's robber, troublemaker, and then
Brother.
Order of operations.
I'm gonna let you know
guys.
right now, guys. I'm gonna confess. I wasn't the seer. I'm sorry.
We know.
I lied to you.
We know.
I lied to all of
It's
you.
not really.
I
It's
lied
not
to
a
all of you.
You lied to
I
us.
wasn't the seer.
So what are
Grant
you?
still
What
might
were
be
you?
the seer.
I am the
Sarah, I
seer.
don't think she was the seer.
No.
Sarah, definitely not a seer. I
Why would you?
I'm gonna confess.
Why would you do that?
I'm gonna confess. I'm one of the other ones. I'm not the seer though.
You're one of the other ones.
I'm one of the other
One
ones.
of the other ones.
One of the.
One of the other ones. Yeah.
Oh,
But I'm
we
not
have
the
the
seer.
math for the possibility of Hannah being a werewolf 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
It's 1 in 3 zillion Hannatillions.
Wow.
Oh my God.
We've
That
broken.
doesn't
We've
lie.
broken new
Ooh,
mathematics
we've broken the
around here.
Hannatillions.
Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah.
With this information, I'm more convinced that Grant was the robber and switched with my card.
Oh boy, this is hard to keep up with. Yeah. And then that
We
would
have
make
2 minutes,
you
guys.
the robber. Couldn't he have swapped with Hannah too? Because again, the rule of person who's closest to you is the one you're gonna switch with.
Yeah.
Oh, but you would also be a werewolf right now and changing your tactic to get the werewolf away from you. What am I doing? Why do I listen to Sarah? Sarewolf.
Serewolf.
Werewolf, I love
This is
it.
unfair because even if I am the werewolf, I started out.
What
as
are the odds that there's 2 werewolves standing? No, somebody has to be a
No.
werewolf, right?
Hannah's a werewolf because I saw
Hannah
it when
was
I
a
was a
werewolf.
werewolf.
Okay, so okay.
But she might have swapped again because life is a nightmare.
Yeah.
That's true. If you could take away one thing from this whole live stream, it's that life is a nightmare.
Sometimes.
We are locked in here.
It's spooky though.
It's very spooky.
I just woke up and I was in this room.
Yeah.
I don't remember my life before this.
This is the worst Saw
Saw,
movie.
Saw
Yeah.
We're going to want to play a
I
game.
feel like, I feel like
Werewolf One Night.
my seer
From 3
powers,
to 10 players.
my seer powers have betrayed me, and
Ages 8 and up.
Man.
either way, I'm gonna lose.
So
1 minute, guys.
Sarah or Hannah is probably still a
1
werewolf,
minute remaining.
but with wiggles and such.
Hmm.
What were you?
I was the seer.
No, you
No.
weren't.
No. No.
We've established that.
What was it established? I feel like you.
Well, I'm definitely not the seer. Definitely not the seer. He still might be the seer.
I'm the seer.
Definitely not the seer.
I'm the current seer.
Oh, that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh.
Werewolf?
So you're
Troublemaker!
I was the werewolf. You know. Oh, see, she admitted it right there.
Only 30
What?
seconds
What'd she
left.
She's the
Werewolf.
werewolf.
Oh.
She's the werewolf.
This
But
is-
she might have been swapped. I don't know.
I have deja vu right now.
Why are you like this?
I
Because
think.
I'm not on Team Werewolf anymore. I'm the seer. I'm the seer.
Okay. Who are we voting for, guys?
I'm gonna
I'm
say
voting for Hannah because that's who she was in the beginning.
cool. Even though it'll make your team lose, you werewolf, you werewolf.
I'm unaware. I'm
She-
an unaware wolf.
She's an unwerewolf. That's my vote.
Maybe.
All right,
I don't
so
know.
we
I
kill
think so too.
Hannah.
Time is up.
I'm going for.
Minion. Joel's a minion. Don't listen to him.
Vote.
I don't know, not me.
All right.
My vote.
Flipper.
Flip it.
Werewolf.
Werewolf.
Minion.
Why do I keep
I was,
being
I
the
was a
werewolf?
little rapscallion minion.
Oh, you ended up. Okay.
Will
Okay.
someone
Okay.
please explain why I keep ending up as the werewolf?
I mean, the math checks out.
The math does check out. Chat did run the numbers.
Seer. Seer.
Little scam.
Well, then does that make me a self-werewolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the villagers actually won that
There's a
time, which is
subreddit
nice.
for self-werewolf.
I know.
I love it.
I was stealing that. I wasn't gonna. I was gonna confess,
I'm
but
sure
I.
there's probably.
So
one for
was
other
anybody the
werewolves.
Tanner that round? Nobody was a
I
Tanner,
don't
right?
think so.
Oh, let's get that Tanner in play.
Let's get that Tanner in play.
Oh, you were a werewolf.
Let's go in.
Homebrew?
Homebrew.
Really gotta check one more
Everyone,
time.
close your eyes.
And vigorous death.
Werewolves, wake up and look for other werewolves. If there is only one werewolf, you may look at a card from the center. Werewolves, close your eyes. Minion, wake up. Werewolves, stick out your thumb so the minion can see who you are. Werewolves, put your thumb away. Minion, close your eyes. Masons, wake up and look for the other mason. Masons, close your eyes. Robber, wake up. You may exchange your card with another player's card, and then view your new card. Robber, close your eyes. Troublemaker,
Wake up!
Oh,
sorry. Music.
It was Phil Collins,
Give
everybody.
me dream music and whatever that.
Yeah.
We all have sort of a shared hallucination.
Yeah.
Good.
Dream music.
Wow.
It was a bop.
Hold on.
All right.
Let's just sit in this moment for a second.
Let's just breathe in this moment.
Welcome back to the Stomp stream.
Why didn't we do that
Deep cut.
before?
Yeah, that was great.
That was
we
very fun.
Yeah.
just
We made
Yeah,
a beat.
Next up is the Blue Man
I
Group.
just
Yeah.
couldn't hear what he was saying at the end of it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, we're gonna finish that the next game. All right, guys. Last game, a werewolf. Who's a werewolf?
Who's a werewolf?
Straight up. Who's a werewolf?
Who's the werewolf?
Who werewolf?
He's a werewolf.
Their wolf?
Their wolf?
Odds are
Not this
their
time.
wolf.
Yeah.
Odds are their wolf.
She wolf?
Werewolf.
This time, I'm the robber, and I can prove it because I switched with you and you were a mason.
Shoot.
Impressed shoot? You don't hear that very often.
Dang.
Shoot.
That sounds like it's the truth, probably.
Okay.
Unless my card got swapped.
By some sort
That does open up the possibility.
Yeah, I was-
troublemaker.
But I certainly was not originally a werewolf.
Huh.
Okay. So I may be a robber now, right?
You should
swi-
be, I
Okay.
think, unless
Assuming
again
that there
there's a
hasn't been
swap.
another switch.
So,
Okay.
if you were the mason, who's the other mason? Was there another mason?
There was another Mason. And it was Grant.
He's surprised by that.
He's very surprised.
No, confirmed Mason. I'm just trying to wrap my head around what could be.
Grant here, confirm Mason.
In early game robber werewolf gambit? I mean, you did the late game one. No, I think she's telling the truth.
Yeah,
Probably
no,
telling
I-
the truth.
She's probably
Probably
at this
telling
point.
the truth.
At this point, yeah.
There's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
no way to bluff that, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that we're like, I don't know, what, 8th grade classroom. There's like 3 or 4 Masons.
Yeah.
Lots of Masons.
A lot of Masons.
Who you be?
Who me be?
Who you be?
Who be me?
Me
Who be you?
me?
Yeah, you.
I'm a werewolf.
BB.
Why would you say that?
With this
He was
again.
the Tanner.
Again? With
Again.
this? Why would you say that? Why would you raise your eyebrows in
That's
such a
some
way?
intense eyebrow
I
work.
just remembered, actually, you or Eileen is a werewolf.
How?
What?
How?
What?
What?
I just remembered. You're all werewolves.
I forgot a certain rule that we agreed upon.
Hey, I've been
seconds
there.
before playing this game.
What?
I think
He's talking about the homebrew rule where
Oh,
the
yeah.
Tanner is the bad neighbor,
So
looking
you're
to
Tanner.
kill
Got it.
one person to their left or to the right.
unrelated to that,
Yeah.
Joel and Eileen are probably werewolves.
Well, as
So
I
you're-
confirmed, Eileen was a mason.
I was a Mason.
So that
I'm
probably
pro-
means Joel's a werewolf is the thing.
Right.
How's
So
that-
that's
how's
saying
nothing
you're
to
the
do with
Tanner.
your goal.
No. I didn't say anything except that you're definitely 100% a werewolf.
You also said you were a werewolf.
That's impossible.
There's a lot of mixed
because I
signals.
think you people are werewolves.
Interesting.
Was I
This is,
swapped?
but, hey, but wait.
No, he's
This is a similar gambit that Joel
It
has
is.
played before.
Yes.
My
It's true.
favorite X-Man.
But did I win during that gambit?
Will he
I
ever
don't
get-
remember.
will he
Did
ever
I?
get the movie?
I
Check.
don't think so.
No, I
it
don't
won't
think
be
so
Channing
either.
Tatum.
No.
I think that ship has sailed.
So you think they're the werewolves? You were a Mason.
I think they're
Did
the
we
werewolves.
establish that there was a switcheroo there?
I
or-
have heard no switching of my
I've heard
Mason.
Okay.
no one
I
said
have-
switching.
No one has said anything
Okay,
about
he's still a Mason
troublemaker.
then.
The switchers might be in the center.
Yeah.
But who's the werewolf?
There's one switcher, which is
my
me, the
vote-
robber.
Oh, so you switched.
So I switched with Eileen.
My vote
Okay.
is
So
that
you are now a Mason and she
I
is
should
a
be,
robber.
yes.
I am
And we
a
think
Mason.
she's a
We're
robber.
Masons together. Mason friends.
say this.
Mason friend.
Yeah, I haven't used these tokens yet. That's kind of a fun thing.
No.
You can't just take my Tanner.
No.
Are you saying
Something
you're
is
the
up
Tanner?
with
See-
Joel,
I'm
man.
saying I am.
I'm gonna
Are
say
you Bob Saget right
that
now?
Joel is the werewolf because
We've got laughs from
my
coast
vote
to
is the
coast.
most important vote.
So if you kill Joel, then he both loses as a werewolf and I win as the potential.
I mean,
yes, I think
it's
Joel's a
in
werewolf.
the
Wait.
name of the screen.
Oh, that's a good. That's a good
Interesting
point. That is a good
point.
thing about
Two
the
people can
homebrew
win if
thing
we
that
kill Joel.
multiple people can win.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Oh.
not on your.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Because I imagine that, like the Tanner, it's the Bat Neighbor is their own team.
So
Yeah.
there is extreme incentive to say I'm the bad neighbor, and that he's a werewolf. But it's also then incentivizing other people to try that as well, even if they're not the bad neighbor.
Yeah.
The
Like
bad neighbors-
someone might just copy the exact same thing that I said.
Yeah, like I did before, and numerous people. You're the seer, I'm the seer, everyone's the seer. But
Guys, I'm the seer,
am the
though.
bad neighbor.
I personally believe the confusion in RJ's eyes.
I mean, the eyebrow waggle bespoke a certain air of sweat
Yes.
and a cracking.
Like a bad neighbor, RJ is here.
One second. Let me be Sherlock Holmes for a second.
Oh.
If I may.
Does that make
Dr.
me what?
Deerstalker,
Yes.
Here's your violin.
Detective
Thank
Pikachu.
you.
Do you need a glass, sir?
I'm
Maybe
playing the
a
violin.
pipe?
He's
Maybe
a
a
very
pipe,
prop
sir?
heavy.
Just keep the space work consistent is all we ask.
Yes, I have a violin on one shoulder and a pipe. If I am the bad neighbor, correct? And I
No.
wasn't switched. Well, let's say I am the bad neighbor. And I would want them to lose. Who? Hey, I'm just put that there for now.
Not yet. We haven't decided
You
yet.
keep stealing it before we've
Yeah, yeah.
agreed.
But if I was, what would be his purpose for wanting to be the bad neighbor? Maybe because he would be a werewolf? Grant hasn't said anything about that.
Or
I mean, I
it
was a
could
Mason.
be-
That's all I know.
Yeah.
What would I say about that?
Or it could be that.
My brain is gelling. You.
Or it could be that
This
RJ
says to me
thought that his job was to get himself killed, and then realized, wait, we're playing with a different set of rules.
Guys,
Look, I think he's
No
smarter
one-
than he says he is.
here's the thing. I've only
No.
been in this room for 3 days with RJ, so I don't know him that well. But guys, you might know him a little bit better than I do.
Sarah,
What kind of actor
the
is this guy?
the person who shares an office with me every single day, just said, "No, he's not that
No,
smart.
he's not that smart. No.
You're making a terrible mistake, giving this buffoon so much credit."
I mean,
I mean,
if
I
you
would
sold
be
that,
happy to accept
Guys.
that you totally tricked me if this was all a ruse, but I believe you.
Thank you.
Because if I am the bad neighbor and he is also the werewolf,
But you're not.
but I might be.
But you're not.
But I might be. If you kill him, you win and I win, and that's
Snitches
great
don't
for
get
everybody.
to be the bad neighbor, Joel.
Oh yeah, I did play a bad hand with the old minion.
Are there?
Tanner
We have no
situation.
guesses on.
Snitches get stitches.
We have no guesses on werewolves
Hannah's not
besides
mine.
probably Joel.
stitches are
Yeah,
in this
Jo-
movie,
Joel
you know,
is
for
my
Halloween
guess.
costumes, just like exposed
Joel's like,
stitches.
yeah, I guess that's the only guess
Yes.
available.
The werewolf's gonna
I'm
win,
gonna
guys.
kill him.
The werewolf will win if you kill me.
What if we all flipped our cards over and said friendship was the victor the whole time, or something like it was inside of
The
us the
real
whole time?
werewolf was the friends you
Yeah,
made
we
along
all
the way.
That'd be cool.
And what if the app said it at the end?
Guys, like
Everyone,
other
close
games,
your
I want
eyes.
to know what you think.
Shake hands.
Call upon the power of your jacket.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I believe what everyone except Joel has said.
That's best practice.
Yeah, same here.
That's right, you haven't really
I,
spoken.
I said that my vote is the most important. I'm the hunter.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
I remember that.
That was the rule. That was the rule that was added.
Oh.
So you'll kill somebody.
I will definitely kill somebody if I point at them. So,
So does it make it like a cat's game?
Oh,
Interesting.
like in tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
yeah,
Or dog's game, I guess, for this.
yeah.
So technically, I shouldn't say this. This would be my undoing. Technically,
say it.
this group could kill 2 people this round.
Yeah.
Yes.
wow.
Yeah. And you could kill both me and him, and probably still win.
So do the remaining villagers win and just like mourn the loss of that villager?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
We both
what
got
it
our
said.
fingers on the button.
Or is it like you kill the bad neighbor and everyone wins?
That's true because
Everyone does win when the bad neighbor goes away.
Yeah.
Interesting, Hunter. What say you? Where do you want to throw that bullet?
Yeah, where do you want
God.
to point that gun?
I kind of wish I
guess-
didn't say that part.
Yeah.
I guess the only other motivation that Joel would have to lie
1
about
minute
himself
remaining.
is if he's the minion.
Oh, interesting.
So if both werewolves are here, then
He said, "Oh, interesting," like he wasn't the minion just then. Like he's like, "Oh, that does make sense."
that's
Interesting.
true. He's been trying to get other people to die.
Yes.
So that would say that
Because
he's
I
a
want to
werewolf.
win, and I also want the villagers to win. And that's why I think it's him.
Which
How
says to
good
me
are
that
you at
he's
selling that
a
line?
werewolf.
Would
All
you?
right, well, you could lose.
Wait, weren't you claiming you're the bad neighbor?
Yes, bad neighbor.
Would
The
you?
bad neighbor doesn't want the villagers to win.
Well, I want the person next to me to die, which would be him. I also think he's the werewolf. So you'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
I missed the part where we're all asleep and just making
And making tapping sounds.
yeah.
We gotta make a decision.
To go
Yeah,
back to
yeah,
that
yeah.
time.
Sick.
I mean, I'm going to point to one of you. You've been nice. This has been fun. But it's probably
I think
him.
it's Joel.
I'm gonna point to Joel because
think
I
he
need my
points
neighbor
to
to
Joel.
die.
Would a werewolf say I'm the hunter and just like call that power?
I can't think about that. We're in too deep.
Oh man.
3,
I
2,
guess.
1. Vote.
I'm dead.
My friends,
It's in the name of the stream.
lift up your Tanner card.
I was the bad neighbor.
I'll lift up my minion card, and both of my werewolves are safely in that deck.
He is an actor!
Dang. What? Wow.
That was amazing.
Wow.
The prestige. The prestige.
Incredible. Incredible.
Good job.
I take back
Wow.
what I
Good
said.
job.
I am so sorry
Wow.
for underestimating.
RJ.
This has
is-
been a long game. I have acted like a buffoon in the office that Sarah and I share
No.
for months,
All leading up to this moment.
all leading up to
Well done.
Prestige.
Oh, yeah, there are 3 parts to any magic trick.
Mr. Wayne, there's 3 parts to every trick.
Mr. Wayne?
Mr. Wayne.
Butlers also do magic, guys.
Yes. Mr. Wayne. Well, thanks so much, guys. That was a lot of fun. Chat, did you have fun?
Wow.
Ted had a lot of fun.
I got texts.
And I had a lot of fun too, guys.
Thanks,
This was
boys.
Thank you.
great.
Thank you.
Hey, the voice-
Yes, of
Thank you.
course.
You were a
6-chair
guiding
turn
light.
for you.
Yeah, hectic time.
Wow.
Wait, voice. Will
How does
you give me away at my wedding?
Absolutely, yes.
Be aware of the flower people.
Yes. The flower people. And the unaware wolves. This has been a lot of fun, guys. We might play some of the other games, but man, is my brain turned to mush after playing like 10 rounds of that.
Wow.
But if you have a Halloween party, this one might be a fun one to break out.
Is it spoopy?
It might be a little
That's
spooky.
10
Spooky.
spoopies out of 10.
Yeah, what is our ranking? How many spoopies would we give this out of 10?
I mean, do we go 13? That's like Friday
Yeah,
the 13th.
yeah, very
Oh,
spooky.
turd teen.
We give
Thank
this
you. Thank. This is mine now.
13 out of 13 spoopies.
out of 13 spoopies. Everybody loves the game.
Hey, how would they say that, say, if they were like a little girl in Britain?
I'm a little girl in Britain. I give this 13 out of 13.
Poor little girls in Britain.
Wow.
All right, that's true. It doesn't have to be a little girl, just a little like Cockney accent.
Yeah. They're all cut. Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Bye. We'll see you next week on Tuesday.
We're gonna sleep in this room now.
Yeah, and we're gonna carve pumpkins next week. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh.